Lady Matic presents Leading Women.
Two women who make the world's power list. Arundhati Bhattacharya is India's most senior female banker. She's the very first female chairperson of the centuries-old State Bank of India.
It's a 208-year-old bank.
She opens up about almost giving up on her career and why she thinks more women aren't getting the top jobs. Anne Cairns sits among the top executives at credit card giant MasterCard. But her banking career had an unconventional start.
I ended up being the first woman in Britain to be on the offshore oil and gas rigs.
The life lessons that experience taught her and why she says women can have it all. Candid conversations with two women whose jobs keep them close to the world's money.
If you're really challenged and if you're willing to take the plunge, very often, somehow the path opens up in front of you.
A path did indeed open up for Arundhati Bhattacharya. She's the very first female chairperson of the subcontinent's largest lender, the State Bank of India. Bhattacharya took the reins in 2013 and became the youngest person at the helm of this centuries-old bank.
So I see all these paintings of the men who've headed this organization before you. It's a 208-year-old bank. You're the first woman to head it. I imagine there's a huge sense of pressure and also a huge sense of responsibility with that.
You know, it's because of these people, these men over here on the walls, that the bank has remained relevant for 208 years. And therefore, you know, that responsibility is very much there.
That sense of responsibility is what drives Bhattacharya. But the patriarchal nature of Indian society has not made it easy for women like Bhattacharya to succeed or even just to stay on in their careers.
In India, women are still the primary caregivers. Whether it be for children, whether it be for old people or sick people, you are the primary caregiver, no matter in what position you are in. Now, how you do the job of the primary caregiver is what determines, you know, what you do.
Can you tell us about some of the initiatives you've introduced here in your own bank, at the State Bank of India, to help women along or to make sure that they stay on?
We have allowed a special sabbatical of 2 years, which people can take 3 times in their career, and it would be for reasons of child rearing or looking after sick people. And subsequent to doing this, you know, large number of women who have taken off have actually come and thanked me because they said, you know, this feeling of guilt is terrible. So if they're able to take off, then they stop feeling guilty.
Guilt also challenged Bhattacharya. Back in 2006, she was at a crossroads, mulling over leaving the job and her promising career to ensure a better quality of education for her daughter. But her mentor, a former bank chairman, told her not to give it up.
His name is Mr. Verma, MS Verma. So he really told me that nothing doing, you have worked long and hard. You're just about beginning to reap the rewards and you will not give up and you will try your best. Only when you find for sure that nothing is working, then you should start having these thoughts. Not now, when you are merely apprehending. Hi, how are you all? Hello, come. I still see a lot of recruitment of women, but I think we need to do more in order to get them to stay. There are still too few people staying put for them to have a good shot at the top jobs. What is the biggest issues that you have?
You've often said that your career in banking just happened.
That's right.
How did it just happen?
We used to have these All India examinations for recruiting probationary officers. And I was in a hostel and I had a number of friends, so we sort of decided that we'd go in a group and appear for this exam. It was considered in those times that a banking job was, you know, safe for women.
The perception that banking is a safe choice might have brought Bhattacharya into the sector, but her journey has proven to be far more adventurous. In her 38 years with the State Bank of India, Bhattacharya held a variety of positions. She was posted to cities big and small across India and says these changes were a necessary learning experience.
It really, you know, keeps you very much interested. Means you are forever on the learning curve. You are forever trying to catch up with whatever is the requirement of the job. So that keeps you on your toes, doesn't allow you to get bored, and really, you know, overall a very big challenge, which is quite enjoyable.
It's not just her own career moves she embraces. Bhattacharya is all about keeping up with the ever-changing business landscape in India.
You see, India is a very young country. If you look at our demographics, most of our citizens are below the age of 35.
So it's a huge market.
Huge market. And we would not remain relevant if we are not relevant to them.
Yeah, you don't want to become a dinosaur.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are in the In Touch branch of State Bank of India. In Touch, you know, is a sub-brand that we have created.
Okay.
And we have created this sub-brand to get in touch with the youth.
There's no paper in here.
There is no paper. No paper, no chairs and tables.
Right.
It's all screens, all machines. And of course, if you need to talk to people, we still have people who will guide you.
Transforming a centuries-old bank and making it relevant to India's future generations. For Bhattacharya, change is the only constant.
Today, the pace of change has really picked up. And therefore, you know, it's all the more incumbent on us to ensure, you know, that we evolve equally fast and that we remain relevant and that we prepare the bank for the times to come.